a global movement and the leader in visibility conferences for women founders through stages and community. Who's up next in the golden chair? Join us. I'm your host, Christina Vidovich of Women Getting Visible. Well, I'm not only the host today, the amazing Amy Nubson is here.
Yes, I'm here. Yay. I'm excited to be talking about what we're talking about, taking a brand globally, right?
Yes, Women Getting Visible. We claimed it from the beginning that it would be a global movement for women.
Yes.
And
that's what we're making it happen.
Yes.
Yay.
And so, Amy, tell them where you're going to be this summer with your global movement pieces.
Oh, goodness. It's going to be so much fun. I get to spend pretty much a month in Norway, which everybody's like, I've always wanted to go. I'm like, it is a beautiful, beautiful country.
Yay.
And then I get to spend a month or actually 5 weeks in Portugal. Yay. I love it. It is also a beautiful country with lots of sun, and hopefully I won't melt, and and enjoy the lovely people and experiences that it has to offer. And where will you be this August?
This August, I will be in Asia, in the Philippines. So yes, it's so much fun meeting so many people, having just gotten off the plane from London in DC for a minute and heading out. This is what we do. And it's the fun thing of telling people, yeah, we're a global company already. We've already held events in other countries, and there is more to come. So let's tell them what's up next on the list, Amy. Where will we be for our next conference?
Oh, we will be in the lovely city of Washington, D.C. That's the most exciting thing, is when we get to be together in the same space. And that's the next opportunity for all of you to be in the same room as us, because we get to be in this beautiful building. I'm going to let Christina tell you about it, because I can never get the initials right. But it is an amazing place to spend 2-3 wonderful days with all the women in the room. Because one of the things too is participant, if you come and share your story, you'll get little videos of yourself doing so, and there's a beautiful background of mosaics that you'll get to be shot in front of.
Yes, absolutely. So it is October, as you can see in the ticker below. If you're listening, you put these dates in your calendar. October 9th through 12th, 2026, Washington, D.C. If you go to our website, womengettingvisible.com, you can find more of that information. But we will be in downtown Washington, D.C., a block and a half from the White House. At the AFL-CIO Solidarity Room is where we are. And it is a beautiful space of solidarity for us as women to come together. It's incredible. And what's amazing about the conferences that we put together that is so different, one, we are claiming the space of visibility conferences. And that is so important. Not only that, but for women. So, Amy, I want to talk more about what's out there now and how we are different, because there's so many differentiators in what we offer. Our female energy, our open mic story sparks for women to come up on stage, that just as part of the audience, not just all for speakers, not charging the speakers for conferences. So some of these little things, feeding our guests as part of the ticket.
I know. You think about all those conferences you've gone to, and there's always an element that you walk away go, oh, or you're just exhausted or disappointed or overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Right. And we take all that into consideration when we're building our conference. We don't make you go from 8 a.m. to 7 or 8 o'clock at night, because we get tired. And when you have a brain overload at that point, and you can't retain any more information, and then you got to get to sleep and then wake up and do it all over again. No, we give you time. If you want to go enjoy your evening, go enjoy it. If you want to go and relax in the hotel pool, go do that. Whatever you want to do, you get to do that. For your evenings are free, because we try to really intentionally end about right around 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
Exactly.
that's a huge one for me.
Yeah.
That needs a little recharging time.
It's true that recharging time or spending that time with some of the women that you've met in the room to connect and say, hey, I'm not hungry. Let's grab a drink though, or let's go get dinner together if you are famished. But again, we do feed you for, lunches are included in the ticket price.
Yes.
Because look, we're human, just like we need bathroom breaks and we have those in our conference as well. We need time for food and replenish because we are filling and feeding our brains during these conferences, not only with knowledge, but with the female energy. We're emotional beings. We need that time to chill and talk and digest the information and the food so we get to chill out. So networking and partnership is part of what we offer within the activities of our conference. And I think that's such an important part that everybody says, oh, we leave it for you to do, but there's never any time.
There's never time. There's always those promises of being able to connect with each other, and half the room leaves and you're like, okay, I guess I'm leaving too. And our activities, we love our activities and how we engage with people. We have signature ones that we offer just in the room. And the feedback that we've gotten from them, our people are crying. They're like, I've never felt so seen in my life. Thank you for bringing this to us.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just a simple activity that we do because we know how much it is needed to engage with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, Zoom is wonderful. But if we're going to be in the room together, I want to do more than just sit there and listen.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And being in the room is something special, and to your point, right. We're sitting on our tuchuses as we're sitting on Zoom calls all day long. And we have some opportunities to get up and move, get up and partner, like I said, with other women in the room, get to know each other and then switch. Let's meet some new people because there's only so much time that we're together. And Amy and I know from the conferences we've already had, one thing that the women saying is, we want more. We want more. We want to have some more time together. And so we actually have added a bonus day this year in this October to see what that's going to be like. And I love this bonus day. Amy, share more about the bonus day.
Oh, so I mean, Christina and I have been entrepreneurs for over 20 years. And one of the things I hear over and over in my career has been I need to set aside time to work on my own business. You hear those from the coaches, you hear that from every person that you talk to. That's wonderful. But have you actually done it? So that bonus day is that moment, that opportunity to set aside time to work on your business with guidance, with the people in the room giving you feedback, and actually putting some of the ideas that you learned through the conference into action. Putting that plan, because that's the whole idea, is to start planning your 2027 January 1st, quarter one. What are you going to do? How are you going to get visible? What are all the actions you need to take? And this is not complex, but the idea is to get it planned out. Because if you have a plan, you're more likely to complete it.
Yes, yes. And I love that. And again, it's that energy where we are so with each other, where we can really take that moment. So we do it as a bonus add on because we know people have lives that they have to get back to. But if you're ready to dig in a little deeper and say, you know what, I'm not here to just always be working for the business, but working on myself within the business and who I am. And this is such a great place to have that accountability in the room. Another thing I absolutely love is the structure. So we have our VIP dinner. VIP dinner because look, our speakers are our VIP guests. Another reason they never ever will pay at our conferences. If you're a sponsor, you have an opportunity to get a speaking spot. Absolutely. But that's the only way you're paying because so many times we listen to women and other speakers say, oh, I can be on that stage for $1,000. Oh, I can be on that stage for $10,000.
And we're not making this up. This is real numbers that people have paid.
Numbers. To us, that's when you are the sponsor of the event. And they're not getting anything more for that speaking opportunity other than their little talk. But you are sponsoring that event for the organizers. That is really the way that we want you to realize when you're coming in as a speaker and paying for it versus being invited to come as a speaker or applying and getting accepted to be a speaker versus, oh, what does your bank account say? Can I afford to be a speaker? Not in this conference.
Nope, this is not a pay to play. We are recognizing the talent for who you are, the skills that you have, and the message that we want to be delivered to the audience that's sitting in the room. Because that really matters to us, is that the people in the room sitting there paying for the tickets, we've curated this conference for you. It has a natural flow. It has a nice buildup. For those people that are like me who are ADD and then my brains bounce around, and if there's too much jumping, I'm like, I'm still jumping. What are we talking about? And I've lost and forgot the last 3 sessions. I need a nice flow that gets me to where I'm going and builds me up and makes me feel better and like goes, now I can have this really complicated conversation because I feel really calm.
Yes. Yes.
That's important. We don't create hype and energy and getting you all riled up so that you can buy. That's kind of what those conferences are about. That energy is to
Yes.
get you to purchase things.
Yes. Get you to part with that credit card just one more time. Oh, I already spent $10,000 to speak on the stage. And oh, now I'm going to spend another $2,000 to $5,000 on this class. And oh, by the way, did you know we're having a $10,000 retreat coming up? And then buy my book for another. Oh, and then when does it end?
When does it end? Yes. All of our speakers have a small offer, but they're tailored to your needs. And they're a take it or leave it. There's no pressure for anything. We do not allow pressure. All it is announcing it, letting you know, but that's it. We're not going to pump up the room, get you all excited and motivated and your blood's pumping. And then it announce it. No, we might dance though. We do have dance breaks. Of course we have to. We have Christina in the room.
And dance breaks are important, and I love dance breaks. So, Amy, why don't we take a quick dance break right now? I'll just find that mid-roll for us, and here we go. Dance.
Share your story, own your name, step in the light, ignite your flame. Show up, shine out, it's time to be heard. Flip fear into power with every word. Visibility, accountability. We write a wild new legacy.
Yes, visibility, accountability, and that is what we do with you from the conferences in the person to on the Zooms. So it's real important that we continue to support each other, and that is absolutely what Amy and I are building together to support women in their journey, not them having empty bank accounts, but how do we fill those bank accounts up? And so what I love, what you just said there, Amy, was the growing of the space so that it makes a natural progression towards our own growth. It's a story within the conference itself, so that day one, when we're filling our brain with all this information, it makes sense. And day two, we're not just filling you up with another day of just, oh my gosh, there's more and more and more information. We slow it down. We slow it down. We bring it back to how can you apply these things? Yes, we have some speakers on that day, but then we move into our marketing piece because, again, we want you to fill up your bank accounts and our Story Sparks open mic. So now the room becomes open for conversation. Everyone in the room starts to talk and connect through Story Sparks by developing the stories that you want to tell. And what I love about this, Amy, is if you're a seasoned speaker, maybe there's that talk that you've been thinking about, that you've been holding on, that you haven't quite developed yet. You can be in this room. If you've never, ever spoke on stage before, you have an opportunity to develop your story and speak in this room too. So we have it open to 12 speakers for 10-minute talks or less to come up. And I love watching you work, Amy, in that Story Sparks. What's your favorite part about the workshop?
It's always the moment in storytelling when like it connects with somebody. They're like, oh, I can talk about this. And I'm like, yes, you can. And it's sometimes it's just a little bit of like finessing a story or getting the right angle to the story that makes sense, because why are you telling it? But those stories that live inside us, some of the pretty, the ugly, the exciting, the dramatic, all of those have an impact on our lives, and some might be relevant to what you're offering. It might build trust because somebody understands why it's important to you because you've experienced it, you've lived through it, right? But they're hard stories to tell out loud, and we know them so well that usually we need somebody to kind of help us understand what is important to tell and what's not. And so we do it live right there in the moment. We're helping and we're finessing, and we're, like, if you're stuck, ask. We work with you on that, because that is what this is all about. That second half of that day 2 is all about stories that we want to share, but just don't know how to. I mean, why? And this is a safe space. We've gotten to know these ladies for a day and a half. You know the people in the room. That's what also makes it easy as a participant. If you were like, I really want to do this, but you know the people in the room now. And we do live stream our entire conference except for Story Sparks. That does not get aired because those are private stories that you may or may not want to be shared publicly. So those are not live streamed, but they are recorded just for you. So you get to go home with those recordings. I mean, how beautiful is that?
Very. Absolutely. So for the women in the room who aren't speakers or don't have that speaker role, and here's their first time, maybe second time, you have now a piece of video that you can use, and you can start saying, wow, I spoke on this stage. And we will stand right beside you to say, yes, you stood on that stage and we witnessed you speaking. And that's the fun of it. Here's a little thing that drives me crazy, and Amy knows, is like, if you want to be speaking on the stages, you need to know who are putting on the events. And if you have put yourself in for a speaker and then you say, oh, take me off the email list, but I want to still be a speaker, how are you ever going to get that information? You can't connect. If you're not in the room, how do you even know how to address in speaking opportunities? What do they look like? So that's the part that's just like, if you want to be a speaker, you need to commit to going into these rooms, finding out what they're about, learning who the producers are of all of these events. And I'm talking about globally, who are the producers of these events? Because those are the decision makers who are putting you on the stages. You might have an agent, but that agent needs to know who's putting on these events too.
It's very true. So if you want to go to different places, show up, see if it's something that would fit your message and your audience. Are they the right fit? Because that's the other thing too. It can cost you a lot of money to be a speaker, and you're like, that wasn't even the right audience for me. The time, the effort, the money, all of that comes into play. And if it's not the right fit for you, maybe just showing up and going to the conference prior to and saying, oh, okay, I see it now. I think it's amazing, but not right for me. Or, oh my God, I need to be in this room. How do I get involved? Who's running the show? And reach out and start engaging with people and making relationships, because that is how the world works, is through relationships.
Yeah. And you have to remember, each time you put in for a speaking opportunity, it's an audition. It is an audition, because what do you want they're looking for, or we are looking for? Do you fit the theme?
Yep.
And so maybe it's not this time, but it could be next time. We did conference number 1 in 2025, 2 conferences in 26. We will have 4 conferences in 2027. And the next year, we are already looking at 6 conferences. So if you didn't fit in for one, there's a chance you can be in another. So just showing up, and if the women in the room are saying, wow, we want to see her on stage, we're hearing that. We are creating these conferences for you, our audience. What do we as women entrepreneurs, founders, leaders need to get out there and be incredible in our spaces and get visible out in this world? In a world full of noise of social media, in a world full of noise of politics, in a world full of noise of AI, how do we get visible? We get into these rooms together and we support each other with the we, not just the me.
That is beautifully said. And we understand that even if you've been in business for 20 years, the world has changed and visibility game has evolved. And maybe you got involved right away, maybe you didn't. That's what the whole idea about being visible is we're helping you wherever you are in the visibility journey. And even for me, being a marketer for 25 years, supporting other brands, and all of a sudden I had to flip and be in the front of the camera and I was the brand all of a sudden. I'm like, wait, what do I have to do here? I had to relearn certain things just to show up for myself because I was so used to doing it for others. And you might find yourself in that exact same situation where you're like, I don't know how to be the face of this company. What is appropriate to say? What is appropriate not to say? That's what we talk about all the time is how do you show up in a way that you walk away and go, that was awesome. I loved every moment of that. Because that's what we create.
Yes. And Amy and I want to take away that fear of standing on stage, take away that fear of creating your story and speaking. What does stagecraft look like? How's your showmanship? What is it that's going out there on stage, as well as where are we trying to get visible? Whether it's online, whether it's showing up with a book that we just wrote. These are things that we want to be able to take away that fear and bring you back to the confident you that's always been there. So we're going to invite you not only to join us for Washington, D.C., October 9 through 12, with our podcast and author track that we will be showcasing this conference, but to invite you into that Visibility Accountability Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, to start to get into your own journey of what it looks like. And it doesn't matter where you are. You can be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, or you can be a solopreneur. There's something in this room for you to learn, because we can learn something new every day.
Yeah. Well, we would invite you to join us, reach out to us. If you have questions, you want to engage with us, you want to be a speaker in the future, engage with us. Let us know who you are and what you're looking for.
Yes. And with that, we also have January 27th through 30th in Florida. We are just at the beginning stages of prepping that, and we will be in London. Yes, London, UK, my friends, in May of 2027. If you want to help us develop what that's going to look like, come in the room, because we listen. And we want this to be about you because, again, these conferences are about the women who join us in the room.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us today on this amazing and fun episode. Yay! And guess what's coming next? Tell them, Amy, all the interviews.
Oh, yes. And the next couple of weeks, actually all the way until the conference, you're going to get introduced to our speakers. So we're going to be showcasing them every single week. And we cannot wait for you to meet who is going to be on stage with us in Washington, D.C.
All right, so we will see you. Remember, check it out, womengettingvisible.com. You will see me, Christina, and Amy in the room together. Until next time. Who's up next in the golden chair? Join us next week. I'm your host, Christina Vidovich of Women Getting Visible. Women Getting Visible.